Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I had all the paperwork done, I had the house all settled, and then something changed. So as I reported out, many have asked, so I'll do a quick video on it. I have to move out of my house by the end of July, and I found this out when I was in Europe, and so I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't get home from Europe until the 21st, and so I scheduled a bunch of houses, and I had one that I preferred. And so we sent in the application, and I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. I had to give them this year's salary. I had to show my, that I proof of income. I had my credit score done, etc. Had my landlords recommend, and even the agent for the other house knew my landlords from school, and they gave me a glowing recommendation. And then they asked to have a face-to-face with a Zoom call. So I did the Zoom call, and everything looked good from there and everything, and then I ended up having to, they asked me to send in last year's income. I guess they wanted to see that if, say, YouTube disappears, do I still have enough money to afford the house? I sent it in, everything looked good. The agent said, yeah, send us in all the paperwork to get signed, and we'll close this thing off by the next day at noon. I was all happy. Mark texted me that and said it's all good to go. And then the next morning, he texts me, he says, he called me up and said that the deal fell through. And it's not because of the application or anything like that, it's because something happened with the family and they may have to sell the house now instead of rent it, or something along those lines. Now, first off, nothing to blame, not blaming the tenants. Stuff happens, right? The landlords. Stuff happens. Situations pop up, right? You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And so there's nothing against them or anything like that. That's not what this is about. It's just very, very disappointing to me because I thought I was going to bed that night saying, I have that house, and in my mind, I'm already planning what to do and where to put my office and where to put different things and stuff like that, and planning out how to get all my stuff there and get the measurements for the drapes and all that, like the blinds and stuff, all that stuff in my mind. I'm going around, I'm getting that done in my head, and now it starts all over again. That's right. I gotta go look at more houses again. So, Mark and I have been scouring the properties. We've come up with like 8 or 9 more to go see on Monday. I fly back on Sunday. And so on Monday we're gonna go see, and I'm gonna, this time instead of putting an application into one place, I'm gonna put in an application of my top 3. And go from there. And again, this isn't on the people renting the place. This is on me, because I was counting my chickens before they're hatched. I was really disappointed. Now, it turns out they did say in their email that they're going to pull the property for a week while the family makes up their mind and stuff like that. Well, pulling it for a week puts it up to July 1st, and I can't wait for them to decide on whether or not they're going to sell or whether or not they're going to rent the property. They did buy it as an investment property. So, and it's a brand new home. So it's not like they bought it and then the prices skyrocketed and now they're going to make more money by selling it. It's just something that popped up in their family and something like that. So I have to now head back out, find some more places, and I don't understand some of these. Like, I work with Mark a lot, and I know how it works and things like that. Well, normally when you have a property that's empty, there's nobody in it, it's like a new property and you're getting ready to rent it, an agent will have what's called an automatic response. So another agent goes on the portal and says, I would like to view this property. They'll get an email back right away, automated, with a time to go and a code to get into the property during that time only. Well, two of the places that I want to see apparently don't have that automated response. And now we're sitting here waiting for the agent to get back to us. And so what happened the last time was we actually ended up driving all over the different areas of the city. And when we finally got an answer from one of the agents on one of the properties we really wanted to see, we had already left that area and we're in a different area of the city and had to drive all the way back, and it's just a pain in the butt because you try and schedule everything in areas so you can see them in bunches and you're not late for the appointment or anything like that. But I digress. Again, the house hunting goes, and now my doctors have messaged me saying that they're meeting to discuss when to do my surgery now. The doctor was on her holidays, and she will be scheduling surgeries as early as July 4th. Now, that doesn't mean I'm that week or that day, but it does mean that they say I'm going to be hopefully one of the first people on that list, according to them. And which means that tightens my timeline again. I mean, it's going to be the 25th when I fly home. I start seeing properties on the 26th. That gives me 4 days till the end of the month. 4 days till the end of the month when I want to get all this fixed and solved. So not only do I have to get accepted, I have to make up my mind. Because remember, the house, out of all, I saw 12 houses before, and this was my preference of house. And now, again, I got to get it out of my mind. But when I go see these other properties, I'm going to be comparing it to that house, even though I can't have that house. You know what I mean, right? It's hard not to compare once you see something, once you get an idea of something like that. Yeah, it's really, really hard. And I'm thoroughly disappointed now that I'm not moving to that other house. You saw the picture. It had this beautiful finished basement with a walkout, with a covered deck, and then it had a big deck up top for a barbecue and a table. And it had these big, gorgeous windows, a fireplace. The only thing I thought of the fireplace is, why wasn't it a see-through fireplace so you can see it from both sides? I think it's because all the piping went right there, because I could see a big vent up at the top and one window on one wall. So that's probably the reason, but it would have been really cool to see a see-through fireplace there. But nope, no such luck. No such luck on the property. And again, I hope the landlords of that, it is just a matter of they're going to sell the house now, and it's not something wrong in the family that they need the house for something. I really hope it's not that. I wish them all nothing but the best. And again, nothing against them. Things come up. Things come up, I understand. Doesn't mean I'm not disappointed. Well, I hope you appreciate this little update. I'll let you know some more when I know what's going on. And until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. And if you're doing like me, happy house hunting.